Hello, welcome to Movies Explained. Today we are going to take a look at a romantic fantasy movie titled, The Shape of Water. If you haven't watched this movie yet, watch this video at your own discretion. Spoilers ahead. Elisa is a mute woman living an ordinary and monotonous life during the Cold War in 1962. She wakes up, cooks some eggs and masturbates in her bathtub. Her neighbor and close friend is a kind man known as Giles. Elisa works the night shift as a cleaner at a secret government laboratory in Maryland. Her coworker, Zelda, is her best friend. The two ladies go on with their cleaning duties until they reach a special lab with a pool at the facility. They learn that a new asset is to be brought into the lab, and Dr. Robert Hofstadler will be the supervisor. The asset arrives in a cylindrical tank, accompanied by Colonel Richard Strickland, the man who captured the creature. Elisa is curious about the creature and walks up to the tank. She discovers that it is a humanoid amphibian. As the creature reacts to her touch on the tank, Hofstadler asks the two women to leave. Later, while working along the hallway, they hear a loud noise and see Strickland walking out with bleeding hands, and his fingers bitten off. The ladies are called into the lab to clean it. When they enter the lab, the floor is covered in blood. As they continue to clean the space, Elisa finds Strickland's fingers and puts them in a bag. She finally gets the chance to see the creature properly, kept inside an upright water tank. She is clearly mesmerized by it. The next day at work, Elisa goes into the lab to see the creature again. She brings some boiled eggs in a paper bag and cracks one open, to try and lure the creature out of the water. The creature slowly appears and walks up to Elisa to take the egg. When she tries to give the egg, the creature gets alarmed. Then Elisa leaves the egg at the edge of the pool, and creature grabs it and disappears into the water. Zelda and Elisa are called in for a meeting with Strickland. After thanking Elisa for finding his fingers, he shows them his stitched up hand. When he is curious to know more about Elisa, it is revealed that she was found abandoned as an infant with wounds on her neck by the side of a river. Before they leave, Strickland warns them to keep away from the creature as it is a monster, even though it is human-like. But Elisa waits for the scientist to exit the lab and plays music from a record player, trying to lure the amphibian man to her with an egg. The creature pokes his head out, and this time it doesn't seem to be too afraid. Elisa teaches him the sign language for music and he learns it fast. Then the two of them eat while listening to music. Elisa continues to visit him every night from here on, and the two start to form a close bond. She plays music to amuse the creature and she even dances to entertain him. One night, Hofstadler happens to see Elisa bonding with the amphibian man, and secretly observes them without interrupting. He realizes that the creature is far more significant than previously thought. Later, we learn that he is a secret Russian spy when he meets with a Soviet agent to share information about the creature. Hofstadler urges the agent to hasten the extraction of the creature since he now knows it is an intelligent being that can communicate with humans. The next day, Elisa finds the creature chained up and badly wounded. As she tries to help him, she hears Strickland coming into the lab and quickly hides. Strickland tortures the amphibian man with a cattle prod cold-heartedly, and Elisa is devastated. A general arrives at the lab and he is astounded by the nature and size of the creature. Strickland explains that the native people of Amazon in South America, where he found the creature, worships it like a god. Strickland and the general mock the creature, saying that it does not look like a god. Hofstadler notices the creature bleeding and knows that he was being tortured. He explains that the creature is a special living being that is important to future scientific progress. He sees that the creature is having difficulty breathing as he was kept out of the water for too long. He pleads with Strickland to put him back in the tank. Strickland, however, disregards Hofstadler and tells the general that they need to vivisect the creature to learn more about it. Just then the creature passes out, and Hofstadler orders the other scientists to put him back in the water. Elisa overhears that the men are planning to kill the amphibian man and dissect it. Later, she tells Giles about everything and asks for his help to get the creature out of the lab. But Giles refuses, fearing that he would have to face the consequences of breaking the law. Elisa tells Giles that he loves the creature because he sees her the way no one else does, meaning that the creature doesn't see her as a mute person. Unconvinced, Giles leaves the apartment saying that it is not even human. But after having a change of heart, he returns and tells Elisa that he will help her. Hofstadler meets with the Soviet agents again to inform that the creature will be vivisected. His boss, however, orders him to kill the creature. Hofstadler pleads to keep the creature alive, but he is given no option. That night, as Elisa prepares to help the creature escape, Zelda notices that she is up to something. Meanwhile, Hofstadler hesitantly retrieves the poison to kill the creature, but he ends up going up to Strickland again to try and talk him out of the vivisection. While arguing with him, he catches a glimpse of Elisa shifting a camera in the lab. Realizing that Strickland will never change his mind, he decides to help Elisa. He finds her in the lab and gives her the keys to the creature's chain. The two of them hide the creature in the laundry cart and exit the lab. Elisa runs into Zelda while Hofstadler shuts the power in the facility. Though initially reluctant, Zelda also becomes involved in the escape plan. All of them manage to flee from the facility just when Strickland realizes that something is wrong. Elisa plans to release the amphibian man into a nearby canal when heavy rain will allow access to the ocean. In the meantime, she keeps him in her bathtub. The next day, Strickland interrogates Elisa and Zelda, among others, but he learns nothing. He is convinced that the cleaning staff could not have stolen the creature. Back at the apartment, Giles discovers the amphibian man devouring one of his cats. He yells at him to stop, but the amphibian man gets startled and slashes Giles's arm, rushing out of the apartment. Elisa finds him watching a movie in fascination at the cinema downstairs, and returns him to her apartment. The creature learns that cats are off the menu and he tries to apologize. He touches Giles on his balding head and wounded arm, while glowing magically. The next morning, Giles discovers his hair has begun growing back, and the wounds on his arm have healed. Elisa continues to develop a romantic relationship with the amphibian man. They fall in love and end up having sex in Elisa's bathroom. The next day at work, Zelda learns that Elisa had sex with the amphibian man as she is beaming. So Elisa explains how they had sex because Zelda is confused where the creature's penis is. Elisa continues to explore her desires with the amphibian man and fills up her bathroom with water to create their own aquarium. This ends up in a flood, and Giles catches them in the act when he comes over to check on the water leak. But he does not interrupt them. The general arrives and tells Strickland that he has 36 hours to recover the amphibian man, or his career and life will be over. Out of suspicion, Strickland follows Hofstadler when he goes to meet the Soviet agents. Having realized that he is a spy, Strickland shoots him. He tortures the dying Hofstadler into revealing specifics on who broke out the amphibian man from the lab, and Strickland is surprised to learn that it was Elisa. Elisa and Giles make it to the canal to release the creature before Strickland gets to them. As they are bidding farewell to the creature, Strickland arrives knocking Giles down, and shoots both the amphibian man and Elisa. The amphibian man quickly heals himself and slashes Strickland's throat, killing him. As the police arrive on the scene with Zelda, the amphibian man takes Elisa and jumps into the canal, while Zelda and Giles silently bid goodbye to them. When he applies his healing ability underwater to the scars on Elisa's neck, they open to reveal gills like his. She jolts back to life and the two embrace. In a closing voiceover narration, Giles conveys his belief that Elisa lived happily ever after, and remained in love with the amphibian man. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome movie recaps. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.